Hello Commandos, I want to give a big shout out to our channel members. These guys support the channel and help create the high quality gameplay content. You guys rock. Go Commando. Hey guys, welcome back to Dice Commando for the follow-up episode to announce the winner of the Tarfful Tribe Challenge. Hey guys, so thanks to everyone who participated by leaving stuff in the comments. I also did do a search on the SWDB for anything kind of related to this. Most people made it obvious, and that's because sometimes YouTube does auto scrubs of comments if it has links and stuff in there because they're trying to reduce spam. So I wanted to make sure that we captured everybody, and I think we did. Before we get into this, I just want to say there was a lot of really creative stuff that came out of this, not using just the characters that I noted, but people came up with some other creative characters. One of those I want to mention right now is Zek Slade. He's getting our honorable mention. Unfortunately, I was not able to see your deck because he didn't use the DB. You didn't use the DB. You used card game DB instead. But he had gone with Kanan, Tarfful, and Valor's Tribe, which I like that pairing a lot. Actually, Kanan does some pretty gross things when you get the Saber on him. One of the risky things with him being who he is that Saber's not redeploy, and if he goes down, but again, that's the whole point of using Tarfful and Tribe, is to try to keep your guys alive longer. So we had talked about Ayla as a good 12-pointer, and then mostly my mind went to 13-pointers. I hadn't even really considered Kanan. So good, I thought that was a good one to bring in. I think Kanan's a really good option here with the dirty things he can do. You don't have the yellow action cheats, but you can play C's and stuff like that. So I do like that. So going into some other creative decks. So Josh Schott had a 3-wide. So he was playing single Tarfful, single Chopper, and single Temple Jedi Guard, or Jedi Temple Guard. Remember that guy has Guardian. So you can suck it away if you have to. Then you can move the damage around to rebalance. I thought that was a really cool one. He's playing Chewie's Blaster Rifle in there. Again, that works pretty well. You can put the damage on somebody else, roll it in, and that has no modified sides on that. So I really liked that one. Kevin Long, he did the Tarfful Master Smuggler, right? So the Elite Smuggler at that 13 points. Again, he's a non-unique, but you can still play him Elite. He did kind of something similar to what I was kind of envisioning when I was thinking about this, which was kind of doing a more of an entourage type package, right? So he's playing that stuff. He's really just getting a bunch of good stuff on the table. I really like this. I think it's really strong, and it's got a lot of potential, right? Plus you get easy pickings, you get all the cool yellow stuff. So I really like this one as well. We had 2 entries with Rex Tarfful, and actually that's a deck that I've been playing around with as well. But both these guys went 2 very different ways. So Liam Kirkman, he did Rex Tarfful, and he was playing kind of the crate speeder. So it's just like the good stuff Rex Tarfful, right? I did notice down there that he's playing Run to Safety, which of course they're both leaders, they're both red. You can play all the good healing. I like that a lot. And Marc Lockett, he's sent me his T-Rex deck actually, and he's playing more similar to the deck that I was doing. He's running Admiral, Rebellion Leader, You're in Command Now, all sorts of good stuff like that. And actually both of those guys can equip all the titles just on their own. They don't need You're in Command. It's really just effectively a logistics here. So I like that. And then he's playing a lot of more healing stuff. One card I do want to point out here that's very interesting is Padme's Starship. It's just for the focus sides, I think, to get everything where he needs it to go. Probably because, as the 2 focus on Tarfful is amazing. The 1 focus on Rex stinks. So that's what I'm thinking he's using the Starship for. I could see also playing Senate Chamber in that slot instead, just because it's a 2-drop and a little easier to get out there. All right, so Darth YouTube, aka Rebel Trader, he's actually seen some fame lately as he took, I think, second in the late night tournament last week and had his deck up. He was doing Yoda Tarfful, playing it with Admiral, which I think makes complete sense with all the special chaining. And he's just playing, again, this is kind of like just a good stuff version, right? He's just kind of playing a lot of the good efficient cards that we see. Tiago Pereira got some south of the equator love. He was playing more of a traditional, he's doing Yoda as well, playing more of a traditional upgrade build, right? We're seeing the Obi Saber, the Treasure Saber, stuff like that we typically see with Yoda for the special chaining. I do want to note here, he was playing Feat of Strength, which I think is a great call. I didn't see that in Darth YouTube's version. I think Feat of Strength is a perfect removal card. It's even better in this than Disciplined Mind, right? Because you don't have to worry about just spotting the Jedi. Both your guys are 10 points, so the card is always on. That is a card, Feat of Strength, that I saw in about 60% of the decks. I think you probably should be playing it in almost all the decks, unless there's something better out there, but I don't think there is in most of these. All right, so Sara, she did, not surprising, where everybody knows that Sara likes Jin Cassian, so she's playing single Tarfful Elite Jin. I actually had a deck I was working on which was double Tarfful single Jin, and it really just has to do with whoever you make Elite basically becomes your target, right? So what I had wanted was I wanted Jin to be there the whole game so I could do the scalpeling of their deck. But she's got a very good version as here. Well, of course, she's running Conscript Squad, which you can because they're both leaders. And again, it's just kind of a good stuff version, right? A whole bunch of red, a whole bunch of healing, a whole bunch of good guns, and what else do you need? Salt flats, right? So I like this version as well. Jeff James, of course, is known for doing crazy stuff. So it looks like he's going for a Wookiee mill version. So he's got single Tarfful, single Vengeful Wookiee. That's the diceless character. And then Lor San, he's playing on the Pike Mine, which of course gets you the extra stuff if you have a diceless character, which he does. The Vengeful Wookiee, again, we've seen this guy do some serious work when you don't care about doing damage output. He re-rolls dice, he removes dice. Once you get into that magic number, the Vengeful Wookiee is a really good include, I think, for a mill type deck. So that's really, I think, what he's just trying to do here is he's really just trying to outlast and mill. Lor San obviously can either pull good stuff or make them lose cards. So yeah, I like this. He's playing No Answer. Of course, if he can set him up, I might go Resistance Ring myself. That's just my personal preference, right? Because you can't do both of them. I like the guaranteed versus the kind of trap them, but again, with Lor San and some other stuff like bartering he's got in there, you can make them draw in and then No Answer. So this is a cool build as well. Jade Carty did a real cool build. He has Chewie Tarfful Tribe. So he's, again, just all the Wookiee stuff. You can play Wookiee Rage, which is great. Run to Safety still works because they're both Wookiees. Chewie's not a leader. He is playing a single die Chewie, which I think is smart because Chewie's die is really, it's not good. It's bad. Like Chewie's die is bad. So I think that playing him Elite, but he's got the 13 points. One card that I think is really smart in here is the Imposing Force. Chewie at 13 health. That's almost basically a guaranteed money card, right? Because Imposing, remember, is if you have the character with the highest health. There's very few decks you're going to run into where you don't have that. And if you do, yes, it's a dead card versus like a Logistics or something. But I think most of the time that's going to pay off for him. So I thought this was a really cool deck. He's only running one Chewies, which I think is okay because it's unique. But I could see running two Chewies because it's just that good, right? So, and you're going to be able to keep your guy alive. All right, so now for the winner. Winner is Matthew Rice with his Bo-Katan Tarfful, right? So he's running Elite Tarfful, single die Bo-Katan, right? You're bringing a ton of health to the table here. Bo-Katan is a trooper, so you can run the measure to measure if you want. He's actually not running that, but you could. But what he's doing is he's bringing a lot of the cool villain upgrades to the table, right? So you can see here he has A300, armor platings, wrist laser, Donderbus, playing Fortitude, of course. He's packing a pulse cannon, which is really nasty when you can get it out and keep it out because you can move that damage around. Remember, she has really high health. He is playing Fickles, and then basically just the good stuff yellow package. So congrats, Matthew. I thought this was really, really good. You've got the salt flats in there. I really liked this build. It was creative, someone I didn't think of from a single die point of view. And, again, your initial thought with her is that she's too expensive. She's not anymore with the errata. You can run her single die and make it work. So anyway, Matthew, I'll be in touch and we can get our game scheduled and we'll throw it up whenever you're available. So to close, thank you everybody for participating. I thought this was really fun. It was really great to see some of the creativity. Again, huge shout out to the Kanan build. That's a great one. To see just again, we got some builds that we got duplicates of, but to see the way that different people approach those builds, I thought was really interesting as well. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever fits your play style. And I thought it was really cool to see how that all came together. So thank you everybody for taking the time, for putting that together. This was a lot of fun, and go Commando. In partnership with We Tabletop, the event directory for tabletop gamers.